In this video, I want to share with you my first 2 weeks of using a rebounder or a mini trampoline. I am completely new to using a mini trampoline or a rebounder, so please keep that in mind with what I'm about to say, because I'm going to share the exact product that I've been using, and I researched for at least a month before purchasing this. Now, when it comes to mini trampolines, the prices range from $100 all the way up to $1,000. And a lot of people really enjoy that $1,000 product by the brand Bellicon. It sounds beautiful, it looks beautiful, and I was on their website and I just could not bring myself to do that or to purchase that. Sorry, I need to clarify. For their absolute lowest price product, it is their base product, it is $600. When I chose everything that I wanted to add on, it came to over $1,000. Here I'll share the specifications with you on the Acon 44-inch rebounder I bought. I'll also compare it to another product called Leaps and Rebounds, which is a popular rebounder that I almost purchased. Although there are cheaper options, the products I researched started around $200. You want to be really careful to get a quality product, and I specifically wanted one with Bungees, so they usually cost a bit more. I'll put timestamps down below if you want to jump around. I share my impressions and experiences closer to the end of the video. I purchased the Acon 44-inch round rebounder. The price is $330 USD at the time of making this video, and it includes the handlebar. It comes in 2 colors, black and white. If you get it without the handlebar, it's $290. I also found a coupon code for $50 off, and I'll share details about that in the video description. My total came to $280, and shipping was $22 with no taxes, so I spent $302 total for this whole thing. I ordered it on January 21st, and it arrived on the 24th. It was really fast with their shipping. And when it comes to the weight of this item, it is 30 pounds. The weight limit for use is 300 pounds. They also sell larger rebounders, and they do have a 55-inch hexagon rebounder with a T-bar for $370. The jump surface diameter for the 44-inch that I bought is 31 inches, and I find it to be surprisingly large. I'm not sure about this company's warranty, but they accept returns within 100 days. Now, the Leaps and Rebounds brand sells a 40-inch and 48-inch rebounder. The 40-inch one is $208, but you need to pay another $80 if you want the handlebar. I'll share some specs and details in case this interests you. Their rebounders have Bungees, which I like, and that is similar to Acon. They say they have a lifetime warranty. Their product weighs 14 pounds. Their 40-inch rebounder has a weight limit of 250 pounds, so that's quite a lot less than the other one. The jump surface diameter of their 40-inch rebounder is 25.5 inches. They do have a 10% off code. The thing that stands out to me the most is that the Acon is twice the weight of the Leaps and Rebounds, so I would assume that it's more stable for that reason. Some people may prefer a lighter rebounder though, because it's easier to move around, but I like how solid and stable the Acon is. When it comes to rebounders, there's a variety of sizes, there's some different features, and in addition to that, they have 2 different types. One of them is going to have springs, and the other kind has bungees. So when it comes to the spring ones, oftentimes those are cheaper. They're louder. It's possible that when you're using those that the bounce is not as soft, and that can make a difference in how much you enjoy jumping. And some people want the bounce to be a little more firm or in the middle. Some people want it to be really soft. It really makes a difference in your experience, but I've only had this one thing that I purchased, so I don't know exactly how these other ones might feel, but I studied YouTube videos like crazy trying to find one that had kind of like a similar bounce to the Bellicon. From what I could see in the footage, you guys, like I researched and I tried. Here on the left is a man jumping on a Bellicon. The bungees look really flexible, so the bounce looks pretty soft. I think he probably weighs a good deal more than me, so that's going to play a part in how the bounce looks. When I jump up really high, tucking my knees in and landing down on the trampoline, that's when you'll see the fabric stretch down a lot more. It's honestly hard to tell, but I think the Bellicon likely provides a softer bounce than the Acon, but I'm still super happy with how firm or how soft this is. If it's too firm, it's harder on your joints. I can imagine that if it's too loose, I don't think I would like that either, because I think it would be a bit harder to control my movements. Maybe I'm too much into the details, but I think this is really important, and I couldn't find comparison footage when I was searching. Like I said, I can't compare it to others because I haven't tried the other ones, but I feel like this is a very high quality product. And what I like about the one I bought is that it's made by a company that specializes in making very large trampolines. I definitely feel like it was the right choice for me. Now, I can't believe this, but I've only had it for about 2 weeks. I feel like I've had it for so much longer, and I say that in a positive way. Sometimes things feel longer than they are, and there's something negative, but it's just been so enjoyable so far with having this. I have noticed that I'm having, an increase in energy, in motivation, in my passion to become healthier and to stay active. This is in my office where I work. I've got to say, you guys, my room, my office, it is very small, like 11 by 11 feet or 11 by 12 feet. Maybe I didn't get the correct size of a rebounder. I don't know. I don't regret it. It's still okay. I believe this is 44 inches wide. It's taking up a large portion of this room, but the rest of the room is not, too full of anything, so it's okay. I just have to kind of move it to the side and pull it out when I need to use it. There are rebounders that can fold up or you can hang up on the wall. It's a bit heavier than I imagined, but that's okay. And for me, it's about almost my height. I'm so short that it's not extremely easy for me to just carry it around downstairs and upstairs. So I've been leaving it in here because it's a motivator for me to keep exercising. Whenever I'm not using it, I keep this blanket on it because my cats think it's a new piece of furniture, and if they could, they would definitely scratch it. Luckily, they have not tried scratching it from below, so it's been fine, but they do think that they own it. And if you notice the look on Spud's face here, he's not too happy with me. I cannot believe how much I feel these exercises in my body. I know it's working my abs like nothing else. I cannot believe how much it's working my abs and my back, which could really use some strengthening, which I'm really happy about. And it's working the legs. The legs are something that I've never done a good job of working them out. All I was doing prior to this was, it's pretty bad, was using my VR, virtual reality headset to do workouts on this thing called Supernatural. Now that is an amazing workout for your arms, by the way, and it's cardio, not as good as this, but it's really, really good for your arms and muscle tone. It's probably still a really good idea to do some weightlifting in addition to just that. But that's all I was doing, and it was kind of pathetic because I wasn't consistent and it wasn't enough. And then I started doing P90X again, P90X3, just to get my body working out some muscle groups. And then this arrived. And so I can kind of combine things together, and sometimes watching a video can be boring. So instead, I know what I should be doing. Like on Mondays, if I were to do P90X, it would be push-ups and pull-ups. And that's not the most fun thing to do, watching the video back and forth, back and forth. So instead, last week, I did this. I did my cardio, and then in between that, I started doing like push-ups on here, and then I'd run out and do some pull-ups, and I just made sure that I did enough of them, and that's it. And it was easier and it was more fun. One thing I noticed is that it doesn't feel very intense, surprisingly not intense. So I feel like, oh, am I getting a good enough workout? And then the last time I thought that, I got off of it and the phone rang, so I answered it and I couldn't breathe. I could breathe, but it was just like, wow. My brother, who I was talking to, could hear that I was completely out of breath. Like I had just run, I was just jogging or something and just ran into the house and answered the phone. So sometimes I don't realize that it really is affecting me until I get off of it and then I have to talk to someone. Otherwise, I often don't even notice. So I think it's having quite an impact on my circulation and my oxygen, and the aerobic impact it's having is really there. You just don't always notice it. I can't breathe. Even though I say that, I come down from that really fast and recover like completely back to normal. There are other workouts that I've done that have left my face really red. I don't have that from this. It just kind of sneaks up on you with how much of an aerobic workout you're getting, and you may not really feel it. It's very confusing. So I just thought that was interesting. It's fun using it. It's easy to take a break from what I'm doing and to start using it. It's motivated me to just stay more active throughout the day. And even today, I'm gonna try to use it like every hour on the hour. What I've noticed is that since I started using this, just starting, last week, I've decided I want to hit my goals for the day for the number of steps per day. And this is just a great motivator. Now I noticed one last thing, this is so ridiculous, but I've become so used to jogging on this and running on this and jumping on it that I was trying to fit in more steps the other day. So I started jogging out in the living room and running around. Like, it sounds weird, but I'm really just trying to reach this goal for my steps. And you guys, it's not even a big goal compared to others online who are trying to get in their 10,000. That's not easy for everybody when you are working at like a desk job. And I'm not trying to make excuses, but it really isn't easy unless you're walking quite a lot throughout the day. So my goal, even if it may seem humble and pathetic, it's 5,500 steps, and that's it. And I'm really happy with that right now. I can raise that later, but for now, this is what I need. I was about to, go to sleep the other day, and I noticed I needed more steps, so I was jogging in the living room, and it was so uncomfortable. I'm so used to the amazing feeling of running on here that when I did it out there, it just felt so like, this is not good, like on the body. It's hard on the body and on the legs, and it doesn't feel good the way this does. This one comes with an attachment. It's a T-bar, so you can hold on to it, so it's a much safer. I feel like I don't have space for it and I don't need it, but you can do other really cool moves and crazy stuff on it if you use it. Mine's just in the basement. When it comes to using this, you don't need to be all crazy and wild and jumping through the air like I do sometimes. This is great for people of all ages and all abilities. So you just need to make sure you have that bar in place if you have issues with balance and things like that. But for older people, this is absolutely incredible because you can take it easy. You can just walk on it. You can jump on it a little. If you have less mobility or you're concerned about using this, you can see what happens as I'm standing on it, with the weight shifting. It's pretty stable. You can put the handlebar and it attaches into any of the legs on here. There's 6 legs total. You can choose whichever one you want. Once you set it up, you can remove it or place it back in there whenever you like. And I have one, I'm just not using it, but of course it's gonna help you, provide you with some stability. And I was just thinking, if you needed to, you could purchase more than one and set it up so you have one on both sides. And to start out, just to start getting comfortable, you can shift your weight back and forth until you feel comfortable enough to do more of a bounce. But like, I'm already bouncing, as you can see, doing little bounces. Whatever you can do is great. There are some really helpful YouTube videos with little workouts and tutorials basically on how to get started. There's a lot of uses. I'm really, really enjoying my experience so far, and I'm going to write about my experience more in depth with even more details on my website, which is lifeanddiy.com. If you have an experience using a rebounder, please share it down below. I would love to hear that.